All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Take the Eight Count. Today I have a very special guest, Muhammad, who's 1-0, one knockout, made the pro debut last March. Thanks so much for joining me.
No problem. How you feel?
Of course, man. I am doing good. Same old, same old. I'm getting hyped for the 8th of July.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, so my first question is for you is why don't you let the viewers know where are you originally from?
We're from Philadelphia, PA. To be exact, we're from Uptown.
Love
So
it. All right. What age did you start boxing at?
You said what age?
Yes.
Uh, since diapers, since far as I can remember, I've been in the gym. I come from a boxing family. My dad used to box. His brothers, my uncles, my cousin was a professional boxer, Coy Evans. I kind of just grew up in the gym. Like boxing was always just there for me.
Okay. Now what's your amateur background and when did you know that you were ready to go pro at?
Amateur background, not too big. Nothing special, nothing too much. Just regular, like couple shows, a couple national appearances. Came up short. I took some time off once I figured out, like, with boxing is growing up in life, you need money. Like the older you get, the more money you need. So I figured like maybe this might be taking a little bit too long to get some money out of. I know kind of boxing, the wrong thing to do it for is the money. So I was trying to figure out like what I wanted to do. So I opened up a restaurant. I'm sitting in front of it, SE Steaks. So I opened up a restaurant. So that kind of took me away from boxing a little bit for some time. Before I actually turned pro, my last amateur fight before that was like about 4 or 5 years ago. I've been in the gym consistently for about 2 months straight, just perfecting my craft, falling back in love with the game. And then once me and my team realized, like, man, like we're ready to go. It just was from there we turned pro, and it was been nothing but success so far.
That's awesome, and wow, like four or 5 years, like was your last fight? That's wild because like for those that didn't watch, like obviously they could go on your Instagram and they could see the highlight of your first round knockout as your debut. Like I couldn't even have noticed that you weren't in the ring for 4 or 5 years. That is wild to
The
learn
goal.
that.
Yeah.
So I usually like to ask this to the younger guys, just to show that boxers are human and all too. So your pro debut, as we stated multiple times so far, was last March. It was in Georgia against Darnell Peoples. What was your nerves like prior to going into the ring? Were you nervous at all?
Uh, no, I'm not gonna lie. For some weird reason, I was like cool the whole time. I'm not gonna lie. When we got to Atlanta and we was in the hotel for like those couple of days before the fight, my nerves was kind of bothering me a little bit. I started getting nervous. But then once I got to the arena and it was fight night, like out of nowhere, like the nerves just left. Like it was over.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was
all
like,
right.
I feel like I was super comfortable. So no nerves for real.
Okay. Now I did learn like shout out to YSM Sports. That's one of my good guys in boxing that
Why?
I like to talk to. Yeah. I learned that you had a last minute switch of opponents. Now, what was your like how did that come about? Like what happened with the last minute opponent switch?
So before we even left to go out there, we had an opponent set. Come weigh-ins, the opponent never showed up. I got on the scale, I made weight. He never showed up. He said that he was like something like it was too far away in time to like make the weigh-ins or something. They wouldn't be able to make it, so he just turned around. They tried to like find me an opponent around, rushing to find me another opponent. The fight was supposed to be at 141. And since there was last minute rush, it kind of was like the new opponent they felt me can come in a little bit bigger, just being, I mean, the fact that it's last minute, that's just what comes with the game. He'd be a little bit bigger. So my team ended up finding me an opponent, finding me a guy. Things worked out for us. Shout out to him for taking the fight with me and making it happen. We appreciate him for that. But yeah, that's kind of how I went. The opponent never showed up. The weigh-ins too far in traffic. We ended up finding somebody else last minute, and that's how I went.
Man, I can't imagine what that was like you finding out because I'm sure you had like friends and family fly to Georgia too. Like that had to be insane, your whole mindset and all.
So like even with that, it was like once they told me like my opponent pulled out, it just was like, man, y'all listen, we already out here. Like we got like y'all gotta find somebody. It was like we find somebody. he might be like 5 pounds bigger than you, 6 pounds bigger than you. I'm like, listen, I don't care how big he is, how small he is. Find somebody to put in there with me. I got family and friends out here already. I did a whole camp. I'm out here. I done made weight, all this for nothing. I'm like, man, listen, y'all gotta find somebody. I don't care what it is. Find them. You'll put a gorilla there that's gonna make it happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm really happy it worked out with you, and you had a really awesome first round knockout too, which leads me to my next question. So I think there was like 57 seconds left on the clock at the before the bell rang in the first round. But what would you give yourself an overall grade in that fight?
Uh, also like a C plus.
Okay.
C plus.
I like it to be like a tough grader and like be hard on yourself too, you know, in
I,
order to
I,
get better.
I would say a C plus in my last performance. Of course, the knockout was cool, but don't get me wrong, it was a lot of stuff that I did that was good, but I just feel like I'm way sharper than what people seen so far. So just is like,
Yeah.
yeah, I would say C plus.
All right. I like it. Now what's it like to train with Bozy Ennis, who's a top-notch trainer, and you have a hell of a team over there. You know, you got Boots, you got Christian Cardo, and you got Tamir Smalls and all. So what's it like to work out with everyone and to have Bozy in your corner too?
Um, no doubt, definitely, Boozy being the best trainer in the world. I've been training him my whole life, learning from him. So it's kind of like just another day at a job, another day in the gym. For sure, all them guys you named, their family outside of the gym. So it's just like, being around family, just growing. One thing for sure, two things for certain, training with them, you don't got no choice but to want to be the best. I'm gonna say that. So like, it's a hell of a team. Every day they push you to be better, better, and better. I mean, I feel like if it's days you come in there and you not working out or training like you want to be the best, you kind of feel left out. So I feel like it's like a force for you to like, you gotta be good. Like you gotta want to be the best. You gotta want to be the best at what you do. If not, you'll feel like damn near lost.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Okay.
definitely major, major benefit. Major benefit.
Okay. Now what's your relationship been like with Boots? And how long has your friendship been with Boots?
Um, that's my best friend. Like that's one of the closest people to me. I'm one of the closest people to him. Um, every day we together, inside the gym, outside the gym, we together all day. Boo's been my man since I don't know, like one of my first friends. Like as far as I can remember, like that's literally like one of my first friends. I actually posted a video us on Instagram, like doing pad work and all that, like from way back, probably like over 10 years ago. Like that, like that's one of my first friends. So that explains our relationship. That's my brother.
Ah, awesome. Okay. Now how's your excitement coming up? So, you know, not a lot of people have this opportunity, you know, in their second pro fight to fight on a ShowBox undercard. You know, like a lot of people when they first come out, you know, they're fighting on the club shows, you know, fighting locally at our arena here at home, the 2300 arena, or they're fighting at a local casino. So how excited are you to fight an AC in the Borgata on the undercard that's headlining you know, your best friend?
Um, it's a major blessing. I'm more than excited. I can't wait. Uh, words can't explain how grateful I am for this opportunity. I appreciate him more than I can explain. Um, all I can say is it's gonna be a hell of a night. Life.
Awesome. Okay. And then now I usually don't like to ask this, but I'm very curious, you know, because you're really young in your pro career, so I'm wondering if you got like goals set up with like your team and all. Now this will be your fight too, obviously. How many fights would you like to have at the end of the year? And like, is there a certain number of fights you'd like to move up to 6 rounders?
Um, by the end of the year, realistically, we might be, I would say 4-0.
Okay.
But beginning, we was hoping to be maybe 5-0 by the end of the year. As we want to get as many fights as we can. We was trying to be at least 6-0, this year. Kind of move not too fast, but fast enough. And we're not in a rush, young. But I definitely want to be at least 4-0, 5-0 by the end of this year. Um, The second half of that question was what again? I'm sorry.
How many fights, or like, if it's not even a thought yet, that's totally fine. But I was just wondering if you had a set number, or like if Bozy had a set number of fights for you, until you were ready to move up to 6 rounders.
They give me a 6 rounder tomorrow.
Okay.
And like I said, I've been boxing my whole life. I do a number of rounds and sparring in the gym. The regular clock in a fight is 3 minutes. Our clock is 4 minutes. The regular rest is 1 minute in a fight. Our rest is 30 seconds. Um, I, the rounds it don't make a difference. No, but no, we don't have a set fight or a set number of fight or when we'll move up in rounds. Whenever they give us more rounds, we take them. We never. The more rounds, the more fun. And it's not
Yes.
guaranteed to go all the rounds anyway. So,
I love it. Okay. Now, I did ask this to a couple of the fighters too in the past. I did ask Scooter this too. Scooter's a training freak anyway, so it doesn't really bother him. But how hard is it to train during Ramadan for people that don't know?
uh, it can be tough when training during Ramadan while you fasting. It'd be a lot. We're not gonna delay our fast or delay Ramadan. It's impossible. So training during Ramadan while you fasting, it can be tough. But when you get used to it and learn how to pace yourself and know your body, you kind of be cool. Of course, you don't go as hard as you would as if you wasn't fasting. So you kind of do less of a workout a little bit. Kind of take it a little bit easier. Don't do as much. Don't overtrain, drain yourself, and all that. And you might not train every single day like you usually do. But throughout the week, you train a couple times just to stay fit, stay moving, stay loose. It's not too hard. Kind of during Ramadan when you fasting, the last thing you kind of really worried about is like being hungry or thirsty. It's kind of like you're so focused and locked in mentally on on what's that task that you're not really like even focused on that. But your stomach start to shrink a little bit. You're not really like the days don't seem as long. And when you train in the Ramadan, you kind of like occupied, so you make the day go by faster. Like before you know it, the sun about to go down. So it just be like it's cool. It's a good experience. It's something to try. But
Yeah.
once you learn your body, get used to it, you'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely something I wouldn't be able to do. So more power to you, man. Yeah. I know it's very tough, but I know like a lot of the athletes and stuff make it seem easy. But like for those
Yeah,
who don't know, thank you for sharing that
yeah,
for
no
sure.
doubt, without a doubt.
All right. Now I did see, and obviously we are watching you at your kitchen. So I saw the video when Steven Jackson visited Philly, when he visited Boots and Stephen Fulton Jr. That you make a mean cheesesteak egg roll. Why don't you
Yeah.
tell everyone about that?
Um, so we started Essie's around the end of 2019, beginning of 2020. When we first started Essie's, it wasn't really too many people in the city making egg rolls, especially homemade. So it was just something different, something to try. It turned out cool. We started selling it a little bit. It became like a thing. Like, and that's good right there. Like they know for egg rolls. Like we get egg rolls from there, homemade egg rolls. So it just was like we kind of stuck with it, ran with it, and we started trying different flavors in egg rolls, like cheesesteak, chicken cheesesteak, salmon, jerk, just like different, different flavors to try. And it just was like something that just blew up for us, kind of.
That's awesome. Now where is the location for those that would like to try it?
Essie's is located in Philadelphia, 5801 Crittenden Street, the East Germantown section of
Mhm.
Philadelphia. So I mean, most people say uptown, so you say we're located uptown.
Yes. Now is cooking something you really enjoy? And if so, what are some other foods that you really enjoy cooking besides the cheesesteak egg rolls?
Um, Cooking is something I only enjoy in the store. Like I don't really like cooking at home because you kind of cook in the store all day, so to go home and cook is kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing to make would be like little finger foods like that, like egg rolls, fried fish, wings, fries, burgers, like just not like a mac and cheese or a yam. Like I don't want to compete with nobody.
Yeah.
No, yeah, just like regular finger foods.
Oh, all right. So I guess all the Super Bowl parties are at your house then, huh?
Yeah, no doubt.
That's funny. All right, so now we reached this is called rapid fire, so you can answer this as short as possible, or if you want to elaborate on the answers, you're more than welcome to. It's about one, two, three, four, five, about five, 6 questions, all right?
Okay, cool.
All right. Who's one fighter that you look up to, or one fighter that you try to resemble?
Dryness.
Okay. What was your favorite boxing movie growing up?
I had to go Ali.
Ali with Will Smith. I like it. All right. Who's your celebrity look-alike that you get a lot from friends and family, or that you think that you look like?
Uh, I don't really know. When I was younger, people would say like LaShawn McCoy, but I don't really feel that. Like I don't know. Like I don't really feel that though. I don't think I look like none of them for real though.
All right. Also with the celebrity, if there was a movie made about your life, in and outside the ring, and also on a personal level, what a current movie actor would you like to play you?
Uh, I don't know. I don't really watch movies. Let me see. Who kind of act like them? I don't know. We gotta come back to that. I don't
We
know.
gotta come back. All right. Maybe
I
I'll
was
have an answer after the fight on the 8th.
say it one more time.
um. All right. What's your favorite hobby outside of boxing? That like one that maybe that people wouldn't know that you have.
Uh, playing basketball.
Playing basketball? All right.
Yeah.
All right. And now the last two are fight predictions. So what's your prediction for Spence and Crawford? Who do you have winning on the 29th?
Uh, Spence for that night.
Spence?
Yeah.
Okay. And then if the fight ever happens, who do you like out of Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson? That's if Haney doesn't move up to 140.
Shakur.
Shakur? Same here. All right. Now last but not least, what are your shout outs?
I want to shout out Boost Promotions for sure. I want to shout out Stony Digital for sure. I definitely want to shout out Essie's for making things happen for me. Shout out my team, Rosie Ennis, my dad, a whole lot of people. I don't want to get into naming too many people and you miss people.
Yeah.
Just to keep it simple, shout out everybody, but most of all, shout out everybody that support me.
All right, cool. Well, Ish, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'll see you on the 8th on fight night, all right?
I appreciate you for having me.
Of course. Thank you and have a wonderful night.
You do the same.
All right.